Today on Dr. Phil.
This woman has interjected herself into your marriage. She is sleeping with your husband. It's not clear to you which one of these you want, right?
I want both of them.
Jessica and I became best friends. Little did I know she was having an affair with my husband.
If I had to say, he would not be sleeping with his wife.
It's a love triangle.
He says, while Carly was at work, Jess and I had sex everywhere. Cars, parks, hotels, her marriage bed.
And there are three sides
You're not going back off now, right? You want to leave with her husband.
Yes.
to this story.
Are you offended?
Yes, I'm very offended that she does not give him the love that he deserves.
You're offended at her? Let's do it. If we're going to do something here that matters, then we got to deal with the truth.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
If I can help get this family back on track, are you willing to do that?
Ready, three, take.
This is going to be a changing day in your life. Go, Dr. Phill. Okay, take a look at this couple. Aren't they cute? They're young and obviously so in love. The problem is he's a married man and he is not married to her. In fact, she was a bridesmaid in his wedding to this woman, his wife Carly. Now, it is a tangled love triangle that we are unraveling today. Take a look.
I'm in love with my wife, Carly, and my mistress, Jessica, and I don't know what to do about it.
Mikey is having an affair with his cousin's wife, Jessica.
There was always something about Jessica. There's something about her I always was attracted to. I was actually the best man in their wedding.
We've been together for 7 years.
1, 2, 3.
Mike and I have a 3-year-old son together. Jessica and I hung out every day. We became best friends. Little did I know she was having an affair with my husband.
Jessica and I started texting. We would like to have sex with each other. We ended up making a deal where we would do it once before we got married.
Jessica was flirtatious to Mikey, almost like they were closer friends than Jessica and I were.
We were having sex multiple times a week. I was cheating on Carly while we were engaged to get married.
I had no idea the affair was going on.
We stopped having sex before I got married for a few weeks. Jessica and I ended up having sex within a week after I was home from my honeymoon. And once we spent more time together, I really started falling in love with her.
I found out about the affair. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like there was no way this was the Mikey that I married. There was no way this was my life. It was a horrible nightmare.
Besides the fact that I enjoyed the sex and I enjoyed her company, I had a wife and my son at home who loved me.
What hurts the most is losing your whole life all in one day and never knowing if you're going to get it back.
I don't regret anything that I've done with Jessica because it's been the best year of my life. I know for a fact I love them both. In my perfect world, I would have them both by my side for the rest of my life.
Okay, now, you go by Michael or Mikey?
Michael.
Michael?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, you wrote to me, right?
Yes, sir.
And what is your hope for being here today? What would be the home run outcome for you?
For me personally,
Right.
would be to leave here with both of them.
To leave here with both of them.
Yes, sir.
So there would be you and your now wife, Carly, and then Jessica, and then you have a child with Carly, and she has a child because she is married also, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and in fact, let's take a look at the wedding pictures so I can get the kind of the seating chart all right here, the dance card. This is you with your wife on the left, right? That
Yes,
was
sir.
at your wedding?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then that's you sitting next to Jessica
Yes, sir.
at her wedding.
Yes, sir.
So you were in her wedding?
Yes, sir.
What
I was the best man.
you were the best man in her wedding?
Yes,
and
sir.
she married your
Cousin.
cousin?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so she married your cousin, you were the best man, they have a child,
Yes, sir.
okay? And were you happy in that picture with your wife?
Very much so.
Were you happy in that picture with Jessica?
I'm not sure how I felt in that picture.
Yeah, why would you not be happy then? You didn't want her to get married?
I'm not sure how. I wanted them to get married.
Okay. But you and Jessica were having an affair.
Yes, sir.
She became your mistress
Yes, sir.
before you got married
Yes, sir.
and before she got married.
Correct.
Did you ever think about just getting married?
No, sir.
Tell me why not.
The original agreement was to stop when we got married, and then both couples would live happily ever after and just be passed.
But that fell apart.
Yes, sir.
Because you decided, after you got married, you decided to have sex one more time? And was it just going to be that one time, or were you just starting back up?
I guess it was just starting back up.
So your home run, your dream scenario would be for me to convince these two women that it would be reasonable to have a three-way relationship and just all live together under one roof and be happy.
I wouldn't want you to have to convince them of that, because I'd want them to do it because they wanted to do it.
Okay, so you just want them to want to.
I guess so.
All right, well, let's meet these women. Jessica, who's having an affair with Michael, and his wife, Carly. Will y'all come on out? Okay, I'm going to let y'all decide where you sit.
I'm gonna sit by him.
Where do you want to sit?
Side of him?
Pardon?
On the side of him?
You want to sit there?
There or there?
Well, there's not a chair there.
Can we move it?
Pardon me?
Can we move it?
Can we move it? No, we can't move it because of camera angles and all that sort of thing.
It's about a love triangle.
Huh?
It's about a love triangle.
Well, no, it's about the way the lights are and all that. But do you resent her sitting next to her husband?
No.
But you'd rather be there and have her over here. Well, okay. But you want to sit there.
Yes, I do.
Tell me why.
Because he's my husband, and I'm here to try to work on our marriage and get what's mine.
Who do you want to sit there?
Both of them?
Listen, I think there are times in life where we come to threshold moments, and it's important that at those threshold moments that we have the courage of our convictions, that we have the courage of truth and honesty. We stop telling people what they want to hear. We stop tiptoeing around. We just say it straight out, plain out, and be honest. We just have to resolve to just say, you know what? I'm just going to lay my ears back and just be completely honest here. Good, bad, or indifferent, I'm going to tell the truth. Fair enough? I mean, do you get what I'm saying?
Yes,
because
sir.
we're at that moment.
Yes,
If you
sir.
don't get a resolution here today, you're not going to get one. I promise you that. Because I may not be the best there is in the world of psychology, but I tell you what, I do cut to the chase scene. I put verbs in my sentences and get to the bottom line.
Yes, sir.
So to do that, and you're going to get my way if you don't tell the truth. Now, who do you want sitting in that chair?
I don't know.
Well, man up and give me an answer.
I don't have an answer.
You don't have an answer. Okay, how do you feel about that? Because let me tell you what
He
he's
has an
not
answer.
saying. He's not saying he wants you in that chair.
I think he genuinely wants us both next to him.
So a seat for one.
If I knew who I wanted sitting here, I wouldn't be on the show right now. I would have handled it a long time ago.
So you're still on the fence. You could go either way.
Or maybe I can't go either way.
You guys all got here last night, right? Okay. Did you sleep with one of these women last night?
We all had separate rooms. I slept in my own room.
Yeah. Did you have sex with one of these women yesterday here in L.A.?
Yes.
Did you know what I meant when I said who'd you sleep with? I wasn't clear? Okay, let me be clear. Did you have sex with one of these
I said
girls
yes, sir.
yesterday? Which
Yes,
one?
sir. Her, my wife.
Carly? And when you left town, did you have sex with one of them before you left town to come here?
I mean, the few days before.
On Sunday?
No. Oh. I don't think so.
Okay. Not very memorable, was it?
I think it was Saturday.
It wasn't with me, I know that.
I think it was Saturday.
So maybe Saturday you all got together? All right. Tell me what your home run is for this today. I asked him what his home run was. What is yours?
That I leave with him. I mean, my vows meant so much, and we have so much history, and I feel like we really were like one. So I don't really see how something like that just ends.
Now, you guys were best friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a sense.
Were you in, either one of you in the other one's wedding?
We were in each other's wedding.
You were in each other's weddings, like bridesmaids?
Mm-hmm.
What's the home run for you here? What would you like to see happen?
I want to be with Mikey.
Okay, so what you're saying is she can just go be upset if she needs to. You want to leave with her husband.
Yes.
So you came here, you want to
came here
leave
to
with her
live with
husband.
Mikey.
You want to get married to her husband.
Yes.
Would you be at all concerned when you got married to her husband that he would have an affair on you with his ex-wife?
Yes.
So that'd be a concern to you. So you'd like her, like, out of the picture, like move away or something.
No. I mean,
Would you just watch him real close?
In my perfect world, we'd all still be friends, but
Yeah.
it's not a perfect world. I know that Carly and Mikey are married. I don't agree with them still having sex, but I deal with it. If I could talk to Carly, I would tell her I have no plans on backing off or letting Mikey go.
I started dating Carly when I was 17. She was 15.
We were high school sweethearts, and I loved spending every day with him. It was definitely puppy love. I just knew we were going to be together forever.
We were in agreement that nothing would tear us apart.
Until I caught my husband in bed with my best friend.
Why are you not upset with him?
I am upset with him, but when I look at him, I don't see like a cheater or, I don't know, I just see the person I love.
Okay. So
We had a great marriage, so it's not like it was
you don't see a
something-
cheater, you just see the person you love. Is he cheating?
Yes, he's still
Okay,
cheating.
so you know that, but you just don't see it.
Right.
And this woman has interjected herself into your marriage. She is sleeping with your husband. You caught them red-handed in bed, right?
Yes, I did.
What were they doing when you came in the room?
They heard the door open, and they were both naked, and they just kind of went in opposite directions.
Really?
She hid behind the door, and he went in the bathroom.
Okay, you hid behind the door. Why'd you hide?
I have no idea. First instinct.
But she eventually sat on the bed and kind of gave me this look like she was glad and like, oh, well.
So y'all just had like a naked interview?
Yeah. I just looked at her and him, and he wouldn't look at me. So I was just like, you know, is this the first time? They wouldn't say anything. I kept asking. She finally said it was the first time because they agreed. They got caught. That's what they would say, that it was the first time. And it obviously wasn't.
But it wasn't the first time, was it?
Not even close.
So how long have you guys been having a sexual relationship?
A little over a year.
A little over a year. You've been married how long?
Not a year yet.
So you were having an affair with her before you got married, then you
Yes,
decided
sir.
you were going to stop when you got married, then you started up
Yes, sir.
again. Did you ever plan to stop? Had you
Yeah.
fallen in love by that point? So you were...
I mean, I'd fallen in love by that point, but I knew we had to stop because we were getting married.
And you say you're not going back off now, right? You say you are unapologetic about this.
I mean, not that I'm unapologetic, but I can't let him go.
Well, Jessica and her husband are now going through a divorce because she's married too, as I said, to his cousin because of the affair with Michael. Now, the cousin's not here because he said, you know, just a pox on all of you. I just hell with you. I'm out of here. But Jessica says she doesn't regret the affair one bit. Take a look.
I am very much in love with Mikey. If I had to decide, I'd rather be with Mikey than be friends with Carly. I know that Carly and Mikey are married. I don't agree with them still having sex, but I deal with it. It makes me feel angry. If I had to say, he would not be sleeping with his wife. At this point, knowing that they still get together really hurts because I feel like we just need a decision. It's either move on with your wife and make things work, or Mikey and I put all of this behind us and just move forward and actually be a family. If I could talk to Carly, I would tell her, I love you. I hope one day you could forgive me, but I have no plans on backing off or letting Mikey go. You know how great Mikey is, so I feel you should understand. I'm definitely scared I'll never feel this way again about another man as I do for Mikey.
Does it upset you to watch that video?
Very.
What about it upsets you?
That should be me.
I mean, they look like
It's sickening, it really is. It's just like everything he has said to me over the years and leading up to the wedding and after the wedding, and it's like when I called him, like texting and the way they would, it's just like no conscience, no guilt. Like you can just look me in my face, tell me you love me, promise me forever. She could, you know, smile in my face and just act like nothing is going on. It's just, it almost seems like it's not even human. Like, I don't get how people can be that way.
Yeah. You said that other than this situation, that you're basically an honest person. Other than this, you admit that this is certainly a deceit. But
Yes, sir.
other than this, that you generally are a pretty straightforward, honest person.
Yes, sir.
Have you been honest with her about your degree of involvement
Yes, sir.
with her? So, because we asked you about that, and I wrote down what he said. You told her that you'd only had sex one time because that was your pre-plan. But he says, quote, Jess and I had sex while Carly was at work several times a week. We had sex everywhere, cars, parks, hotels, her marriage bed, your home, on the couch at your house. And according to you, you say you guys were having sex almost every day, right?
Since
I'm sorry?
every day since we got busted.
You made a pact to stop, but you didn't. How do you feel about all of that? I mean, you're off at work, and they're everywhere, all around. I mean, they're in parks, cars, hotels, your house, their house, just daily.
I mean, obviously, when I hear that, I'm thinking there's really no hope for us at all, because at the time, I felt like we were at our happiest. All that was going on, so what's supposed to happen, you know, a year or two down the road or however long when something, you know, we have a patch in our marriage, what is he supposed to do then? Is he going to go find her or just any
Y'all were
random
at
person
your
in the journey?
happiest because of me.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
They were at their happiest because of me.
Oh, I didn't miss it. I thought that's what you said. So you,
We were happy before you, though.
Not
mean-
completely. He would not have went and seeked out anything else.
I'm sorry? He wouldn't what?
He wouldn't have seeked out anything else.
Okay, so their marriage was at its best because of you?
Yes, that's even came out his own mouth.
How did that work? What was therapeutic about you for their marriage?
He was happy to be with me. I complimented him. I gave him confidence, which hers just felt kind of generic. Oh, yeah, you look good today, basically.
Of course you're going to give him compliments. You wanted him. You were in a failing marriage, so he was telling you what bothered him about me. So, of course, you're going to be like, okay, that bothers you because she doesn't do this, so
No,
here's
and that's the thing. He never had to tell me that.
Okay. Well, yeah, you were my friend, so I'm sure I was telling you that,
No,
so
you
knew.
weren't, because you were pretty fake.
Well, it was because I didn't want to tell you what was going on in my marriage.
No, I'm not asking you to tell me.
Yeah, but you were with us, so you knew.
Carly, you know me and you were not close till towards the end.
Okay.
Should I get my phone and prove that text message that we
Okay.
talked about that last night?
I know that. But that's not the question we're talking about right now.
What the last night?
Basically, that she knows that we were not close through all of this. We did not start getting close till we started. Even after planning the wedding, she knew that we weren't real friends, basically.
That the two of you weren't real
We
friends?
weren't. We've been on and off again friends for years, and
Well, I guess she called that one pretty right then, didn't she? I mean, are you criticizing her because she didn't cozy
No,
up to
not-
you? Because in
not
fact, at the
criticizing
time
her.
that you were not cozying
Not
up,
criticizing
you were sleeping with her husband.
Yes, I was.
I feel like the whole complimenting thing, he kind of stopped listening to what I had to say because she was there. You know, he was listening more to her compliments than mine.
Are you offended?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very offended that she does not give him the love and the compliments that he deserves.
You're offended.
Yes, I am.
You're offended at her?
Yes.
Did you sleep with her husband?
Yes. Don't want to bring that out?
We can bring it up, Jessica.
Let's bring it up.
I slept with her husband after this happened, yes.
Well, after this.
Yes.
Do you object to her sleeping with her husband while
Of
you were
course.
sleeping with her wife?
Of course.
You
Of course I do.
do you think that's hypocritical?
Yes, very much so.
You think it's hypocritical? But
Yes,
yet
sir.
You're being honest, so
That
you
doesn't
say,
mean
yeah,
I don't feel that way.
I still feel it, even though I recognize that it's kind of hypocritical.
Of course.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Michael says that he loves both of these women equally, and he has a solution to keeping this together. We're going to talk about it. We'll be right back.
I think I can make them both happy,
When the idea first came up, I was very open to it.
We were gonna give it a try.
but Carly changed her mind less than 12 hours later.
Carly has always been kind of one of those people who kind of mold herself into whomever she's around. I really didn't like her that much until I started seeing her through Mikey's eyes. Mikey and I have a lot more in common than they do. I just don't think she's the right girl for him. I think she could move on and find someone a lot more like her.
Well, that's what Jessica thinks about Michael's wife, Carly. Let's see what Carly thinks about Jessica.
I'm just so angry. I don't even see how one friend could look their friend in the eyes and just not care, have no guilt at all about it. I definitely felt like Jessica was always trying to one-up me. I got pregnant, she got pregnant. I got engaged, she got engaged. We were looking for houses, she started looking for houses. I had breast augmentation surgery, she had breast augmentation surgery. The amount of betrayal and hurt and sadness and anger is built up inside of me, and I doubt we could ever be friends again.
Doubt we can ever be friends again. The amount of texts I got, we will be friends again.
And you never been like that before? You never you were hot and cold where you want to be my friend and then not talk to me the next day?
Yes, I want to be your friend.
Okay.
That was the whole deal through all of this.
Okay, and
I
we
still
both
love
felt
you
the
and I
same
still want to
way.
be with
Okay.
you.
We both were like that. But I don't get how you can laugh at that.
Because that's ridiculous, trying to one-up you, sweetheart.
That is how I feel, and that came from his mouth.
What is ridiculous?
Trying to one-up her. Like I would ever get pregnant on purpose.
No, I
Come
know
on
that,
now.
and I've said that. Obviously.
Yeah, I
just-
was trying to one-up you. You got pregnant, I got
No.
pregnant.
Yeah.
That was just how I felt. I felt
Okay.
like you were just...
I'm sorry you felt that way.
Do you think that these two will ever be peaceful with each other?
Sure. Because they talked last night. They hung out several times last week.
So y'all hung out last week? What'd you do?
We went to the movies.
You went to the movies together.
First of all, we were all talking about the three-way. Obviously, we were good friends at one time. We both love him. We had great times together as three, so we thought it could maybe work. We talked about it. We would fight. We think it can work. We have a lot of fun. Let's try. So I went to her house to talk to her about it. It was okay. Next morning, we're back to square one where neither one of us want that. We want him alone. We talk. We're mad at each other. We think it might work. Okay, let's just go to the movies and forget about it all. We go, even while we're there, there's tension. We know, deep down, we know that it can't work. We're just trying to see because we're just hoping for answers.
She says deep down she knows it can't work, but after 3 months, I get a text saying,
Yes, I said
we're
that
gonna
too.
try the three-way relationship, and I think that's what I always wanted. I just didn't want that.
Let me go back over some of this because I'm just an old country boy from Texas, and you're his wife, and this is his mistress. You catch them. You find out that they've been having this ongoing, intimate relationship, not just sexual, but really intimate. Yeah. And you find out about all that, and then under some theory, you go to her house to recruit her into a three-way relationship where you just all live together. How'd that go?
I mean, when I went to her house, we were just talking about the positives of it, you know, pretty much.
What would those be?
I mean, I can't speak for her, but I just feel like we were both kind of desperate to just find an answer.
But desperate doesn't say, I always wanted this.
Are you like James Bond or something? I mean,
I wasn't the one that put all that together that day. When they talked,
No, it was your wife.
When they talked, I wasn't there. They came to me with the ideas and how it was going to work and the positives and all this. They came to me with that, and I told them, if we're going to do it, we need to commit to something, not just say we're going to do it, next day no, then a few days later say we're going to do it, next day no, but that's what happened.
Wow. I need a break. Next, why Michael says divorce, in his view, is not an option. We'll be right back.
I lost my job, our apartment, being with my wife and son every day.
I lost my husband, my home.
Christian's missing out on things.
It's all worth it because I am in love with Mikey and I know that we can move past this.
After I got caught having sex with another woman, I lost my whole life as I knew it. I lost my job, our apartment, I lost being with my wife and son every day. Everything just changed in that moment.
I lost my husband, but I don't really feel he's that big of a loss. But losing my home really hurts. The part that hurts the most is splitting up their son's family.
Christian's missing out on things. I feel like Mikey abandoned us for Jessica.
It's all worth it because I am in love with Mikey and I know that we can move past this and it be for all the right reasons.
I don't want to divorce Carly. I want Carly to be my wife for the rest of my life. But I want Jessica to be my wife also for the rest of my life.
Okay, so that's a fair representation of what in a perfect world you would like.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you believe that it is remotely realistic that these two women are just going to like become sister wives and live with you? Do you think that's a realistic possibility, or do you think that while it's what you would like, probably ain't going to happen?
At one time, I felt like it was a strong possibility. Now, I still don't think it's impossible, but slim to none, but I still think it's possible.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's play out some scenarios here. Let's assume that it's not a possibility. What are you going to do?
That's happened over the last 3 months, more than once, and here we are, same situation.
If you had to make a decision right now, you had to push a button. You had to push a Carly button or a Jessica button. Which button would you push?
Me and Jessica get along great, and I love being with her, and me and her get together and we fight and argue, but I understand why. So it'd be very easy for me right now just to say Jessica, and we go on, but a month from now or 2 days from now or a few hours from now, I might be laying next to Jessica and think I made the wrong decision and I don't want to do this, and I want Carly.
But you see, part of the process of maturation, where you mature into different stages and phases in your life, is you recognize that you have to make choices and then you have to live with those choices. And sometimes you make the right decision and sometimes you make the decision right. But one way or another, you work to come out the other end in a way that your life is not in a shambles emotionally or relationally or otherwise. And that's where you are. Because let me ask you something. Are you waiting for him to decide what happens to your life?
I feel like I play different scenarios in my head. Like, I feel like maybe it is on his hands, but then again, sometimes I'm thinking, what am I even fighting for?
I tell her every day, let's talk. Every day she tells me, not today, not today, not today. She's just going on, doing whatever she wants to do. So finally, she talked to me. She said, what's up? And I told her we need to talk and decide where our life's gonna go. What hope do we have as a couple? And she basically sat there texting and like, okay, when is this conversation will be over so I can leave? And when she got up to leave, I said, if there's any chance for us, stay and talk, don't leave. And she said, there's no chance for us. We're done. She left.
Yeah, I did feel like there was no chance for us. Because we weren't spending time together. We weren't going anywhere.
It wasn't about, you said you were hanging out with other guys and it's helping you get over me, and you didn't love me that way anymore.
I never said that. I never said I did not love you that way anymore. I never said that. I know that Mikey can't just drop his feelings for Jessica. So even if we were to get back together, he would still have feelings for her, and I'm not really sure how I could deal with that. I don't want to be with him if he's going to want to be with her, or if he's going to think about her when we're trying to better our marriage, when a piece of his heart is somewhere else.
You know, there is an amazing dynamic going on here. You two are self-righteous and offended. You're offended at her because she has the audacity to be in your way. You're frustrated with her because she's ambivalent about you being with another woman.
It's not just about me being with her, though. It's about everything.
But this catch-22 you're in, you manufactured.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
You did. You created this. How do you feel about the fact that you're not enough for him?
I am enough for him.
No, obviously you're not, because he wants her too. You're not enough.
So then
he
she's
wants
not
her
enough
too.
either.
Well, I'll get to her in a minute. I'm asking you, how do you feel about that?
I feel like I'm enough.
Well, then, what is she, a potted plant?
I never said I can't be with either one of them. Obviously, if the chances of all three of us not being together, of course I want to be one of them.
Which one? Don't know. You guys are missing something here, because you're saying neither one of them is the clear, standout choice for you, right?
Is that crazy?
A little bit. You're being naive if you're saying, no, I'm enough. I'm the one. I know that he wants me, because that isn't clear to him, is it? It's not clear to you which one of these you want, right?
I want both of them. It's clear to me that I want both of them.
There's an old scenario about this where you put a haystack over here and a haystack over here, and you stand a mule right in the middle, and it starves to death because it can't decide which way to go. No, I want to go. And then you come up and you found a dead mule in the middle of the haystacks because he can't pick a haystack. So he's got a conflict. He doesn't know which way to go, so you find a dead mule. And I don't mean to call you all haystacks, but I certainly don't mean to call you a mule, although you are stubborn, right? You're very stubborn and you don't want to give this up. You want to find a way to have them both, right?
I mean, they fueled the fire of the three-way, too, and to make me think that that could work and to want to keep fighting for it.
The relationship where you all lived in the same house.
Yes, sir.
I've been doing this longer than you've been alive. And there ain't one chance in 10 million this is going to work. It will never, ever, never work where you have them both. There is no theory under which it will work. There's no way it will work. They could even agree that it would work, and you could go sit down and say, all right, let's start doing it. It would not work. Not ever, never, ever will it work. Now, your mother has a view of this, right? Let's hear what she has to say.
Mikey, I honestly am shocked about the affair. I do think you should be ashamed of yourself. I really wish that you would wake up and realize what you are about to lose if you haven't already lost it. You're being very self-centered, not thinking about your family, not thinking about your son. Did you think the affair would just go on and on? I mean, what were you thinking?
She brings up a good point with your son. What's your thought about that? Do you think this flies above his awareness, so it's not impacting him yet?
No, I mean, to a level, but I mean, I think it's impacting. Not living at home with mom and dad.
Do you feel at all bad about this family? You don't feel bad about disrupting her marriage, but you do feel bad about the family
I never said I
aspect.
didn't feel bad about it.
Really? Do you
I
feel
know
bad
my
about it?
actions are showing differently, but it's not like I don't care about her. I just care about him, and I can't let go. And sorry isn't gonna cover it, but I just can't.
What you're doing is you're interloping into someone else's marriage, and I can tell you that relationships that are born from infidelity almost never, ever work. Just, I mean, statistically, across time, and everybody that's in it thinks they're the exception, but they just don't ever work. I'm just telling you all the truth. And I'm going to also tell you that the best predictor of future behavior is relevant past behavior. You know, if you're hiring somebody and you want to know if they're going to steal from you, you can give them 10 psychological tests, or you can call their prior employees and find out they stole from them. Because if they stole from them, they're going to steal from you. And if the boy's cheating on you, there's a good chance he's going to cheat on you in the future. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior.
So no one should get in a relationship with either one of us ever again?
It's a high-risk investment. You need to finish one relationship before you start another one. You need to cut her out of your life and work on this relationship if you are willing to do that. And if you are willing to do that, a lot of people are going to ask why. It may simply be time for you to accept reality and move on. He is a high-risk candidate, and the chance that these two are going to stop what they're doing is close to zero. Would you say that's right? Would you say that's right? Now, I mean, these are the realities. Is there any more answer than that you need? You're young. You can remarry. You can find someone in your life that treats you with dignity and respect, because you are not being treated. You are not being treated with dignity and respect now. You are being disrespected. And he does not look at you the way he looks at her. And you know that. A three-way relationship is absolutely, unequivocally not going to work. He is an extremely high-risk candidate for you to stay in a marriage with. You are a high-risk candidate for anybody to get in a relationship with, including you. Because, I mean, you may think you're Romeo and that you're different, but if she'll do it with you, she'll do it to you, and if he'll do it with you, he'll do it to you. I know y'all think you're the exception to that, because you have this famous love, but I just don't think that's true. So you two either need to get into some serious therapy to try to work out a marriage and some maturity in that marriage, and I'm happy to provide that for you if you want that. I will make arrangements for you back home to have some professional marriage counseling that will give you whatever chance you're going to have of making this work. We'll do it at our expense. We'll arrange it for you. We'll make it possible. But I can tell you the first thing that therapist is going to do is say, you got to get out of a relationship with her. There's an old saying in Texas, you can't ride two horses with one ass. You got to make a decision and commit to it. And if you want that, I will do it. But I'm just being honest with you. They will tell you the first thing you have to do is stop this relationship with her. And if he's not willing to do that, your path is clear. You need to file for divorce. You need to move on and do something else in your life and get what you truly deserve. And you believe she deserves somebody that's committed to her, do you not?
Very much so.
And if that's not him, then do it. The only thing worse than being in a toxic relationship for a year is being in it for a year and a day. The only thing worse than a year and a day is a year and 2 days. You got to move on and get out. Are you at all interested in doing any type of marital work here?
Of course I would like to work on my marriage, but I'm not sure I can 100% commit to that.
Would you like to do that? I mean, if I arranged for you to have a therapist to sit down with y'all, would you want to do that?
I wasn't very confident with his answer. I really feel like...
Yeah, you may not go beyond one session, but I mean, would you like to try it and see if there's something there to work with?
Of course I do.
And maybe, you know, what it may turn into is just some support for you to implement a decision and act on it. How would you feel about them going into therapy to work on their marriage? And if that therapist said, you need to stay out of here and give them a chance to work this out, would you do that?
I promise.
You promise you would do that? Have you had a change of heart about that since you got here?
I'm changing my heart about Mike. I'm just tired of doing all the wrong things.
Well, maybe it's time to start doing some of the right things for you and your child, and let these people work on doing the right things for them and their child. We'll be right back. You know, I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is life is about choices. The bad news is life is about choices. I mean, it's not easy. We really have to make choices. And it's not always easy. And like I say, sometimes you just have to commit to something and go in that direction. And I know I'm going to hear from you on the message boards about this. I wish all three of these young people well. If you're in a similar situation and you need advice or to learn more about today's guest, log on to my website, drphill.com. And thanks for being here. So long.
Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, the emotional aftermath of Kim's breakdown.
I feel guilty. She was in need. You could have waited. All I did was ask her if she was drinking.
Yet not everyone is broken up.
When I first saw Kim laying there, I wanted to slap her. I just wanted to say, you stupid bitch.
Kim returns.
Wow.
Then she's a pregnant bride-to-be. And she's looking for a man, but
You haven't been really forthcoming.
one of these housewives has a burning secret.
You've been married 6 times to 5 different men.
I thought she just had one man and this one horrible relationship.
And that's not all.
You cheated on your first 5 husbands?
My head's spinning. I don't know who she is.
This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
If it matters to you, that's what I want to talk about. Are we ready in the booth?
Take.
Let's do it. These past few months have been intense, and today's show is full of surprises. One housewife is going to reveal some deep secrets that even her own family didn't know about. But first, an update on Kim. Yesterday, Kim reached a breaking point during our sit-down. Here's a look at what happened.
Previously on the Dr. Phil Housewives.
You had a lot of glasses of wine, so I was just thinking maybe that you were like, I don't know, drinking again or something, or had a problem, and I was just worried.
Am I going and binging at home anymore like I was doing? Hell no. Am I letting my hair down and have fun a couple times? Who in this room?
It's not my business.
Who in this room? It's not your business. Well, you made it your business that day.
Have you been drinking today?
No, I did drink last night. Shut the up.
Makeup artist smelled alcohol on you this
Of
morning.
course you can smell it. I haven't had breakfast.
And you sent the following text. Sometimes I feel trapped in a marriage that suffocates me. I'm dying inside and no one to talk to.
Exactly.
Kim completely denies that she's drinking or taking any drugs. But I don't believe it. Do you? Kim is in the bathroom crying and won't come out. She's not locked in there because her feelings are hurt. She's locked in there because she knows I know things she doesn't want me to know. I think y'all should go talk to her.
I'm so tired of living. I'm tired.
Haven't been able to do it on yourself, have you?
Yeah, I know. I just took my bottle of Xanax.
You took
Just
the
took her
bottle,
bottle.
the whole bottle. I need an ambulance right now. Help. I would never think that she abused drugs or alcohol. And then to go upstairs and see it. And then I smelled the alcohol too.
I really considered her, honestly, like a friend.
Well, maybe you were the better friend to her than I was. I knew what she was doing, and I didn't say anything.
After Kim left, the other women were visibly upset, so I had them sit back down to talk more about what happened. I talked to Javier and explained to him what she had done. He says, you know, it's not the first time. He said she was up drinking till 4:30 this morning and knows that she took Xanax before the show. Hopefully, she will agree to go straight into medically supervised rehab. He totally supports that.
I just don't
I feel bad, and I care about her, and I feel guilty.
I think you feel more upset at yourself of how you did her. She was in need. You could have waited. You made this worse for her.
I made it worse for her. I haven't known her that long. All I did was ask her if she was okay. All I did was ask her if she was
I
drinking.
think you're alcoholic.
I never said that. I asked her if
she has
she
a
was
drinking problem.
Okay, Alana, you know I'm not a fan of anybody in here, but we can't put it on her. We cannot put it on Michelle. I told Michelle, you know, you did the right thing, blah, blah, blah. I wish I'd had the guts and everything. I didn't say anything. I wasn't brave enough because I didn't want to lose her as a friend.
And I lost her as a friend.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You know, she may come back later and say thank you because you were the only one that was brave enough to say anything. Hell no, I don't think I agree with the way she did it. I think she had plenty of time on her own, with just the two of them, that she could have said something.
I think you could have said it differently, but I don't think it's your fault that you brought it up.
I didn't say it anyway, other than as a friend. I was asking if she was drinking. That's the only thing I said.
First off, the split second she took the pills, and I don't know whether she took 3 or 10. She made this choice. You didn't make it. None of you made it. She made this choice to take those pills, and the split second she did, she sent a text that said, I just took these.
She's crying out for help.
My belief is that she needs rehabilitation, and we will make that available to her immediately. That will move her in the right direction. But nothing anybody said here has anything to do with the decision she made. And I'm not saying that to make anybody, you, Michelle, or anybody, feel better. I'm saying it because it's the truth. If she's drinking to excess, which Javier says she is, and if she's using drugs, which she says she is, now before and during being here, she needs help. And now she's got it. I mean, I'm sorry that she made this choice, but it sure brings into sharp focus where she is and what we need to do, and we'll make those resources available to her right now. This was and has been on my radar as a possible concern. You've witnessed it, you've witnessed it, our staff has witnessed it, and that's why it was on the radar today. I broached this subject with her because I wanted to talk about this today.
She could have done it at home and no one been there.
Well, exactly.
So this is better.
But she didn't want to do it. She did it where there were people she knew would take care of her.
I feel relief because now I don't have to carry that, not say anything, you know, and now she can finally face it and take care of it. I can't help her. There's stuff I didn't say at the round table, and there's still stuff I won't say. But yeah, I did want to acknowledge that every time I'm out with her, Kim drinks to excess where she gets sloppy. When I first saw Kim laying there, and the first thing out of her mouth was, I took Xanax, I wanted to slap her. It's like, if you were serious about this, you wouldn't have told people. I feel bad for her, but alcoholism to me, I know it's a disease and you fall into it, you can't get out of it, but it's such a weakness, and I hate weakness. I think taking the Xanax was definitely deflecting. I think it got her out of the situation. She's no longer down there having to confront everybody or have everybody confront her. It's total deflection.
Yeah, I know you didn't want to say what you know on camera, and I didn't force you to do that.
I appreciate that.
Do you know how many she took?
I don't.
I'm just in disbelief. I spent so much time with her, and I guess I was blind. It hurts.
Well, you saw what she wanted you to see.
Anything you want to say?
Unfortunately, this is a story that's replayed in my life too often. I guess it was just too soon in the game when I tried to get help for her.
I think there's stuff going on with you that we don't all know about and that you're not putting on the table, and that makes me uncomfortable as well.
It's hard for me to take myself completely out of the picture because I do have history with this issue, and so I'm sad. I'm sad for all you guys. I'm sad for her. I'm sad for Javier and her kids, and just mixed emotions inside me.
Well, where I will be sad is if she doesn't take the help that we're offering her. I believe, and she may say, no, I don't have a problem. This was just a an emotional thing, and she may resist that. I don't think so, though.
She's actually very blessed that she's in this situation where she can get the kind of help that you're offering her. I wish other people in my life had been given the opportunity that she's given. I hope she takes it.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a very expensive process.
I'm mad. I'm mad too. I'm mad that, yeah. I feel so many different feelings. I'm irritated too. She gets help that people that I know and love didn't.
When Gloria expressed that she was upset because Kim's getting better treatment than other people in her family, to me it was just like, really? Could you have just shut up and save that for later?
See, I'm losing compassion because to me, I know it's a disease, but to me it's such a huge weakness. And I can't stand weakness.
Well,
you know,
diseases.
I know it's a disease.
It does take willpower. Then you have children, that's when you make a choice to do the right things. And so, you know, and she said some pretty nasty things about me, and I lately have known not to take it to heart because I know it's crazy making. It's
you know, it's the issue she has.
It's the substance abuser talking, not Kim, because I do believe she's a good woman inside. So yeah, I just have so many mixed emotions about it. She's lucky and she better take the freaking help.
She winds up getting the help. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Now, this is a cry for help. You don't take pills while you're texting somebody telling them that you're taking them.
Right.
You do that because you want somebody to hear you say, I don't know what to do here. It's a gesture, and it's a serious one. You treat it with the utmost seriousness. We had an ambulance here within, what, 2 minutes? She's in the hospital by now. They're taking care of her and doing what they need to do. And then we'll follow on and say, okay, now let's not stop this. Let's do what we need to do. Let's do what we need to do and get her in treatment and get her in help. And that's a good thing. I mean, that will be a blessing to her. I'm sorry that it's taking this route, but if she gets the help, then that's a good thing. We all want that for her, right?
I talked to Michelle a lot about it early on, and Michelle doesn't have the experience I have with substance abusers, so it's almost like I have this crazy seventh instinct about it. I lived with it for so long, you know? Her excuses, all of that, it all makes sense.
As I say, I don't think she's in danger. I'm sure they're pumping her stomach probably as we speak, and I'll make sure she sends you guys an update so you know where everything is.
Coming up.
This is what's going on. I'm gonna be honest, you say keep it real. You're not gonna like it, and you're not gonna like it. If one person is lying, you're cheating us and everyone else.
And later.
You've been married 6 times to 5 different men.
Tomorrow on Dr. Phill.
I have the mother-in-law from hell.
Is there anyone you'd like to cut out of your family tree?
How many times did he tell me, shut up, Mom, shut up, Mom?
Because you're not listening.
I'm his mother.
Well, I got a mother, but she doesn't tell me what to do every day.
This meddling mother-in-law.
You said, Mom, you're crazy.
Yeah,
Mom, you're stupid.
yeah.
She is freaking obsessed with him.
Just can't cut the cord.
Betty,
You know, honey, because I have a
Betty,
good family.
Betty, over here. Betty.
That's tomorrow. We now return to the Dr. Phill Housewives Get Real Tuesday.
During Kim's stay at Creative Care, I asked to meet with her doctors to get an update and make sure that it was timely for her to return to the group. Thanks so much for stepping up at Creative Care and working with Kim. What can you tell us about the track she's on?
She, I think, more than anybody else, has probably emotional issues before she has had the addiction issues. One of the worst fears that she has is becoming like her mother. As you may know, her mother developed alcoholism when Kim was like 14, 15. So she is horrified that if she admits that she's an alcoholic, that she's just become like her mother.
Yeah. So she still denies having an alcohol issue?
I think she understands that drinking 3 bottles of wine is a problem. I don't think she's at a point where she's thinking that she's an alcoholic, but I think that she's willing to look at the abuse.
I appreciate all your hard work with her.
Thank you.
All right, good deal. Doctors, thank you so much. I ask all the women to meet with me again the following week. With the doctor's go-ahead, the decision was up to Kim about whether she was ready to rejoin the group. Unfortunately, due to a work conflict, Rachel was unable to attend, but she'll be back again next time.
How's Kim?
You know, I think she's got a lot of work to do, and I think she's doing it. It's amazing to me, we put our cars in the shop more than we put ourselves in the shop. We don't say, time out, this is for me. And that's what I want this session to be. I mean, you gotta be willing to get honest. And last time we were talking about the fact that there are people withholding information here. So, you know, I tap my foot and wait for different people at different times to get honest about what's going on. That was true with Kim.
Mama! Good to see you. Oh my God. Give me a hug. I love you. I love you.
I had no idea Kim was coming in today. Totally surprised. I mean, I saw Kim, my damn wig flew off. I said, oh, girl, get your hair back on. I thought I lost my friend last time I saw her. And then to finally see her, it was like eating chocolate cake on a Friday night. Oh, my girl.
Well, look what the cat drug in.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
When I saw Kim walk into the room, I really didn't feel anything. I don't have a lot of emotion left for Kim.
Good. Good to see you.
Thank you.
You look good.
Oh my God.
I was so shocked when Kim walked into the room, and I was a little bit nervous. Kim and I had fought on the show. It made me feel really uncomfortable, you know, sitting next to her. I wanted to hug her, but I felt like she kind of hated me a little bit.
Well, you look good.
Yeah, you look awesome.
Are you rested?
Yes, Malibu will do that to you.
Nice.
So what are you thinking right now?
I'm just so happy to see her. I'm speechless, but just seeing her and holding her was the one thing that I wanted to, because last time she left here, I didn't know if she was gonna be here. I didn't know she was gonna make it. Thank you for coming back, because I'm starting to believe this is what's going on. I'm gonna be honest, you say keep it real. You're not gonna like it, and you're not gonna like it. When you left the show last time, I started thinking as a whole how much we need each other in this group. And if one person is lying or really not taking part of the process, you're cheating us and everyone else. So, Gloria, when you called me this week and tried to get me to join forces with you and Michelle to get an agent, I felt that was sending the wrong message. Last I checked, when someone's getting help or go to a psychologist, they don't pick up the phone and say, well, let me call my agent first. I'm thinking you're losing the focus of why you're really here.
Well, you're
Both
assuming.
of you guys.
When Alana brought up the agent thing for Michelle and Gloria, it put perspective on why those two are here. They're here for the limelight. They're not here to get help. But I don't believe that they're here to improve themselves.
Please don't speak for me.
I just want you to shut up and listen.
I'm never gonna
You have a problem
listen.
with cutting me off, Michelle.
I'm never gonna shut up. You're never gonna get me to shut up again. You're never gonna silence who I am. It's not gonna happen.
Let me speak for me. And by the way, so y'all know, I don't get involved in any of this that y'all are talking about. This happens. I don't get involved in this with any guests on any show. But
I don't blame you.
What, y'all got an agent or something?
I was working on developing books for women to help women entrepreneurs. And so just like if you're a model and you have someone representing you, I have someone representing me.
I don't want to hear it because you cut me out, but it defeats the purpose.
Cool.
You
Then
don't like me. Why would you want to do business with me?
I don't want to
Thank
do
you.
business with you.
Oh, I want.
I wasn't. I wasn't.
I made the call, not Michelle.
She never even told me about it.
And I did like you. We
Okay,
were
well,
good.
let me finish. You know, we got, you know, important work to do, and I don't want that to distract. Anything you want to say before we move on?
I really am sorry that I put a scare in all of you. It wasn't my intention. It wasn't. It was an impulsive moment.
Were you mad at me when you left here?
I was upset and humiliated, and I was hurt.
By what?
Well, you read that letter.
Well, I didn't write it. I was just reading it.
You read it. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Gloria, in all her typical low-class, uneducated rudeness, threw her dirty napkin in my tuna tartare. She is trash, and it's so obvious why she can't get a man. And I know you say, well, this is embarrassing and that's embarrassing. My dad used to say you wouldn't worry so much about what people thought of you if you knew how seldom they did. So anything else you want to say?
Do you have any questions, or I don't know what you...
Well, where did you go, or what happened, or what was your experience?
I'm at a place called Creative Care Treatments. They're called Creative Care in Malibu, and I love it. It's so peaceful, and it's sort of a break.
And so, you know, I reached out with the director of our advisory board, Dr. Frank Lawless, who's one of the only double diplomates in psychology on the globe. He's chairman of our advisory board, and we talked to Dr. Kalegi, who's the director at Creative Care, and said, we're having our next meeting. We, of course, would love to have Kim here if she wants to be here, and if you guys think that it folds in well with what you're doing and how you're doing it.
I was on the beach in Malibu, and I got a call yesterday.
Yeah.
Are you finished, or are you still there?
No, I'm still there. I'm still a work in progress.
It's whatever it takes.
I particularly have an issue with mothers that are substance abusers. It happens to be one of my biggest pet peeves. Kim leaves her home where her maid serves her, and she doesn't mother her children, and she's in Malibu walking on the beach. It would be absolutely fantastic for me to have an all-expenses-paid vacation. I would not want to have to be a drug addict to go to rehab to get that.
Anybody have any comment or questions for Kim?
I'm sorry if you felt that I called you out.
I'm learning that I read a lot of things wrong. I need to start thinking twice before I react to something.
And I freaked out on the last show, and I absolutely went nuts. I was crying. I was really scared.
I don't know if you know what Kim just did. She took the whole bottle of Xanax. And
I feel horrible. I'm so sorry about that. It really wasn't my intention to scare anybody.
I just wanted to say, Kim, that I guess I'm really looking forward to a new dynamic. But I think that there was a wall with some things that were going on with you that affected how we... No?
No. Okay. I genuinely don't like you.
Coming up.
But you haven't been really forthcoming about just how defined by men you really are.
Yes, it's something my children didn't know. And I just recently told them because I knew that it might come out here. So it's nothing I'm proud of.
Well, hold on. Let's look at this tape.
We now return to the Dr. Phill Housewives Get Real Tuesday.
No. I genuinely don't like you.
That's my girl.
And I'm able to say that now. I'm learning that too.
No,
to
that's
stand up for
cool.
myself.
I don't care for you either, but I was trying to be generous about hope for the future.
When Kim lashed out at me, I realized that she can't be doing that much work. I mean, she can talk to me when she's gotten to the 12th step.
No, I'm saying I was trying to be generous.
Anyway.
Oh,
Jennifer.
Oh, Kim wouldn't have did that. You go, girl.
Jennifer, what are you thinking right now?
I'm glad she's back.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from her.
Let's talk about you.
Okay, what you want to know?
How are you doing?
I feel so trapped in my life. You know, I'm trying to make progress. I'm trying to pretend like I'm making progress. I'm not. I'm trying to figure out why I define myself by men.
But you haven't been really forthcoming about just how defined by men you really are.
Yeah, okay, well.
Well, hold on. Let's look at this tape.
My life has been totally defined, wrapped around men. So I'm going to give you a little bit of history. The first time I got married, I was 18, and I filed for divorce when I was 19. My second marriage, I was 20 or 21, I don't remember exactly. I left after we had been married only 3 months. I was 24 when I got married for the third time. I was divorced for the third time when I was 29. And then I had a fourth marriage. I was also 29. I left him 10 days after we were married. I was pregnant with my third child when I left. My fifth marriage was to husband number 3. We decided to try it again. I stayed with him till I could do what I needed to do to support my children and myself. And I met the man who I'm with now. He's become my 6th and hopefully final husband. We knew each other 10 days when we got married. 6 days after we were married, we found out I was pregnant. So there you have it, 6 marriages, 5 husbands, and 4 children.
Wow. I thought she just had one man and this one horrible relationship, and then boom, husband number 1, boom, husband number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm like, is this for real?
You've been married 6 times to 5 different men.
Yes, it's something my children didn't know. And I just recently told them because I knew that it might come out here. So it's nothing I'm proud of. And 5 of my marriages were by the time I was 29. And I didn't want that to cloud what had happened here. I've been with this man for 16 years, and I didn't want anybody to think, well, I've had men all running through my life and everything. And you two have made me help decide to stay where I'm at because I see how lonely you guys are and I see how hard you are trying to find somebody.
But you said in this marriage that it was just absolutely destroyed you and devastated you that he cheated on you.
Yeah.
And that she would be just the worst scum of the earth to cheat with a married man. Did you ever cheat on your husband?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Which one?
The first 5, and I justified every one of them because I didn't do anything until they did it. Oh my God, watch Gloria's reaction. She looks like she swallowed something sour. I swear to God, and she got all judgmental, made her little faces and noises, and she sure can judge everybody else. She looked like a pruny old woman.
You cheated on your first 5 husbands?
Yeah, but I justified it by saying, well, they did it, you know.
First, we find out Jennifer is married 6 times. Then she cheated. How much more do you got? How much luggage is you carrying around? Always talking about keeping it real. She was keeping it real fake.
Did you cheat with married men or single men?
I was single man, 1 married man.
I can't believe that Jennifer had an affair on her first 5 husbands, but when I said, oh, Ben's so hot, the trainer, she was pissed.
I think Ben is a class act, and I think that the way the women have talked to him, being a married man, is very disrespectful. No, I know it's all in fun, but he's a married man. You don't do that.
I'm like, my head's spinning. I don't know who Jennifer is.
I've been in love twice in my life, and...
Well, you've been married 6 times. So why'd you get married when you weren't in love?
I just wanted to be with someone that loved me so bad.
And if you split from Peter now, what happens?
Coming up.
There are times, Gloria, where you just make me laugh and I like you, and then there are times when you get on your little analytical little chair over there and it's like, it's so phony to me. Oh my God.
We now return to the Dr. Phill Housewives Get Real Tuesday.
And if you split from Peter now, what happens?
I don't think I could support myself. I don't want to be alone.
Aren't you with Peter now and you're lonely?
He's trying so hard. And I'm trying so hard to fall back in love with him.
But you're not.
I love him, and I love that he's working on being a better dad. And I'm raising my grandchild, who is autistic. I have no breaks. I just feel like I'm drowning all the time.
And so how old's your grandchild?
3.
So where's the father?
Oh, I don't know, living on somebody's couch, and I just don't know what to do anymore. And I can't leave.
Well, God bless you for taking care of your grandchild.
I'm not going to sacrifice my kids, and he's my kid at this point, because I need a break. It's been nice because I've been able to live vicariously through everybody here. I live vicariously through Michelle with her business. I live vicariously through her with her beauty. Alana, her beauty and her intelligence and her career.
But I'm smiling too because it's refreshing that you're opening up.
Well, I'm about to explode inside.
Well, let me play something. Take a look at this tape.
Jennifer is like nice and mean, nice and mean, nice and mean.
Jennifer may be passive-aggressive when she wants to cut someone down. I think Gloria is more aggressive when she wants to cut someone down.
But I'm thinking to myself, I've tanned you and done all this to be your friend, and she still, I don't think she likes pretty women. I don't think she likes pretty women.
She doesn't like women at all. I wasn't trying to put you down. I was just being honest.
You are correct.
No, that's people's perception is that you don't like women.
Michelle said that Jennifer don't like pretty women. First thought that came across my mind is, of course, your ugly ass would say something like that. And Jennifer does happen to like pretty women. I'm living proof. Okay, all right.
Like this morning we're having a good conversation, and then you're like, Well, but I dislike you two the most. After we had an hour-long conversation, and then she's like, but I dislike you the most. I'm like, okay, great, you know.
No, but what did I say? I say out of everybody, you guys are the ones that I don't get along with. And then what did I say?
It threw me
I
off.
said,
I'm like having a great conversation for an hour.
But what did I say? But what did I finish? I said it's not you guys. It's like I don't like myself.
Do you remember when I walked into the Renaissance and you go, oh, hi, one of my favorite people, and I was really taken aback and we hugged and I said, really?
Yeah, you guys...
And I said, why do you say that? And you said, because you tell it like it is. And it really touched my heart. And it was the day that we went to go do some things with you at the before Alana's event.
There are times, Gloria, where you just make me laugh and I like you, and then there are times when you get on your little analytical little chair over there and it's like, it's so phony to me. Oh my God. You know, and
it's not phony, it's who I am.
Gloria's so full of herself, it's not even funny. She even drags the attention out of everything. No matter what it has to do with the show, we all end up talking about Gloria. You know, I'm so sick of her. Oh my God.
There's nothing phony about it.
Okay, but that's the way it sounds.
No, phony is when it's disingenuine. It's who I am.
That's who you are.
You don't like me, and that's fine.
Oh, no,
it's who
I know who you are. There are certain parts of you
I know
I
who
like.
you are. A friend of mine walked in to find me and went up to you and said, are you Gloria's friend? Because she wanted to know if she was in the right place. And you said I wouldn't call it that.
Well, I hadn't at that. I'm very...
It was like 2 days after you said
careful.
I'm one of your favorite people.
You were. There are parts of you that I like. That doesn't mean we're friends. No.
Okay, I'm sorry, that's confusing to me. So,
okay.
Just so I know where we stand, I'm just trying to understand where we stand.
That's fair.
Because then I also see you say things when I break down, maybe not enough tears are rolling down my eyes.
Enough? How about one?
I had reached out to Jennifer and told her how scared I was to be alone. And she says it's disingenuine. Oh, I'm sorry, she didn't say it was disingenuine because that's a big word. And so she just said it was fake. Totally misunderstood by these women. I'm sorry?
I haven't seen one tear come out. I've seen the expressions and the hands come up.
So you think I'm acting when I get upset?
Yeah, I really do. When Gloria said that I was judging her because I'd never seen a tear come out of her eye or anything, you know, it's true. She's like a little life sucker. Man, she sucks the life out of everything. The bitch doesn't cry.
Coming up.
I just said, you know what? I appreciate if you don't cut me off so I can talk. It seemed like every time I open my mouth, she want to cut me off. How rude.
I think that you're just used to having the stage, and so you get angry at anyone else that opens their mouth.
It's called When I Talk, Listen.
We now return to the Dr. Phill Housewives Get Real Tuesday.
I haven't seen one tear come out. I've seen the expressions and the hands come up.
So you think I'm acting when I get upset?
Yeah, I really do.
I'm not going to try to prove anything to you.
I didn't ask you to. That's the point.
Does anybody understand the concept of authentic self? You project to me that you live with so much shame and so much guilt that if anybody ever really knew you, they'd drop you like a bad habit. They wouldn't have anything to do with you.
Absolutely.
And that you would get what you believe you deserve, which is to be alone.
Yep.
Because see, that's the problem with our personal truth. No matter what our mask is, we generate the results we think we deserve.
Amen. We have to like we're in church.
Amen. How do you break it?
The way that I know if there are problems is how much you give your power away to other people. If she says something that just gets you flopping around like a fish up on the bank, then she has so much power over you.
I don't do it no more.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes, you do.
Today, I wanted to, but I just held
you
back.
already have today.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
Michelle, did I stand up and get in your face?
You didn't stand in my face.
I just said, you know what? I appreciate if you don't cut me off so I can talk. It seemed like every time I open my mouth, she want to cut me off. How rude.
I think that you're just used to having the stage, and so you get angry at anyone else that opens their mouth.
It's called When I Talk, Listen.
Talk the whole time.
When you talk, I listen.
Alana is crazy. She wants to criticize people. She wants to hurt people, but she wants me to sit there and say nothing while she's insulting me and hurting me. It's actually just like borderline sociopath. When I talk, you don't
what
listen.
You say to me is meaningless. Michelle has nothing worthwhile to say. I'd rather read the National Enquirer to hear what Michelle had to say.
Okay, well then don't listen to it.
You have no impact on my life. If anybody would listen to me.
All right, time out. This is a perfect point. Why?
It doesn't make sense what she says.
No,
it's
but
kind of like she's lonely and she has no money. It's like, she needs to listen to me.
You don't know my life, so please shut up.
Look, I took away your power.
No, see, two things I want to talk about here. Number one, If we were to get a scorecard and go through the tapes, you interrupt people more than everybody else in the room combined.
I'm not loud, I'm just heard.
But let me finish. Number 2, why is your first reaction to cut somebody when they say something? I mean, your comment to Michelle was, I don't even care what you think, just shut up. Okay, well, why? And here's the question. I don't mind you saying it.
Can I respond to this real quick?
No,
and then you
no,
one step at a time.
No. My point is not what you said, because she's a big girl. She can take care of herself. She doesn't need me to step in for her. But my question is, why do you need to say that?
I need to say it because basically, how is she going to tell me anything about my life when her life is in shambles? It's like, really?
How is my life in
That's like going to the nut house saying, hey, teach me how to be crazy. Yeah, she can tell me about that.
You are the
but
most judgmental person I've ever met. You don't know my life. Alana's not a nice person. Brutally honest, okay, is saying, you know, I don't really care for this cup of coffee. Alana's like, this coffee is like, you know, she's mean. She's straight up mean, and you know, you don't need to hurt people's feelings to get your point across. And not every instance do you have to get your point across. You can just sit there like a lady with class and not insult people.
Cut me off
but
once,
you know what?
Twice.
Hey, I don't care what you think.
4,
you
5.
need a straight jacket, actually.
Okay,
You're
stop.
crazy.
Where do you feel the need to cut somebody and put them in their place?
Okay, if you observe real closely, I only do it to 2 people. That's it. You said her, only 2 people.
I've never heard someone say the meanest things, though, to someone.
Oh, I don't think Alana's brutally honest. I don't think Alana is quite frankly, psychologically or emotionally intelligent enough to be brutally honest. She's just snapping and insulting.
The question is,
I'm done talking.
Why do you feel the need, whether it's Michelle or Gloria or whoever, why do you feel the need to do that? What is your payoff?
There's really not a payoff with them. It's just like, I don't think they get the message. Like, honestly, they don't get the fact that I really don't like them and just leave me alone. But they want to keep coming at me. It's like, leave me alone.
Why do you care?
Coming up.
Going forward, you guys know that we don't get along, don't like you. So can you guys just keep my name out your mouth and we can really get along?
If this is the last thing we talk about, though, why do you feel it's okay to insult people if you were bullied so much?
We now return to the Dr. Phil Housewives Get Real Tuesday.
Why do you care?
It's not I don't care. It's like, why are you talking to me? Why are you around me?
You engage every single time.
How do I engage?
By insulting her or insulting her.
So let her run her mouth and I just sit here and don't listen.
Run my
got
mouth?
You,
I barely talk.
Would you shut up and let me talk? There you go.
Okay, wait a minute. Why did you feel the need to do that?
Well, it's your show. You need to tell her, but obviously, I'm going to just tell her because I'm tired of it. It seems like every time I talk, she cuts in on me. Everybody else can talk, but when it comes to Alana, woo!
If somebody says something that even closely is offensive to you, you feel the need and you do respond.
I'm sorry, Dr. Phil. That's not accurate. Basically, you know, I'm going to talk to you like I have some common sense. But these ladies, you got to understand, we've been with them for months now, and they don't change. And it's getting to the point like they're forcing their 2 cents on you. I don't want their 2 cents. Put that in your pocket.
The more secure you are with yourself, the less you are impacted by what others say or do. And you are so reactive that it makes me feel like you're not okay with who you are. I want you to be at peace enough with yourself that she could be the biggest, loudest, obnoxious bitch on the face of the earth, And you say, you know, well, she is who she is. I'm not saying you are. She's as an
Well,
example.
I think it's reversed,
No.
but okay.
Am I making sense with what I'm saying or not?
Yeah, definitely. I'm fine not communicating with you and not getting angry and yelling. It's absolutely something that I don't want in my life either.
Well,
I'm absolutely okay with that.
I'm not trying to cut you out, but going forward, you guys know that we don't get along, don't like you. So can you guys just keep my name out your mouth and we can really get along?
If this is the last thing we talk about, though, why do you feel it's okay to insult people if you were bullied so much? Why is it okay for you to say mean things like I'm lonely, I'm in shambles? I'm just curious
well, it's
to
the
know.
Truth, though. You said you were lonely.
No, it's not.
Did you not say you were lonely?
It's like if someone were having a hard time and I said, you know what, and beat you down.
I'm lonely and I'm happy. Turn it around. That's what you
I don't want to criticize anyone. I don't like to do that to people.
You did say you were lonely, Michelle.
You're just very mean.
No.
You were attempting to put her down and make her feel bad.
Do you have any classes that I can attend?
You're in it.
Oh my God.
You're in the front row.
How do you be nice and genuine to someone you don't like?
If you take this out of your repertoire of behavior, then it'll never creep up in your life.
Okay.
I mean, it's easy to be nice to Kim. You love her.
We bump heads, but we don't be like...
No, we really love each other, it's true.
But you have to conduct yourself in an appropriate way with people you don't like as well.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Do you know the #1 thing that damages your personal truth?
All the negative things I say to myself.
What about you? Do you have a damaged personal truth?
The damage is that I don't believe that I deserve happiness and abundance and intimacy in a relationship.
I'm going to practice on my new skill that I've picked up today.
And I'm realizing that I don't have to make everyone like me. You don't have to like me, or we don't have to like each other, and that's okay.
No, I'm fine with that. That's cool.
I had my suspicions Jennifer was holding back from the group, and today her revelations were a big step in the right direction. Now, next time, I'm sending the women on an unforgettable adventure. The stakes will be high, their fear will be real, and some of the women will face their biggest challenges yet. You do not want to miss it. We'll continue to help Kim with her recovery efforts, and I want to thank Creative Care Malibu once again for all of their excellent help and support. Our housewives have joined the Dr. Phill community and Facebook, so make sure you go to drphill.com and read their personal blogs or check out their status on Facebook. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.
Being at Creative Care has been amazing. I'm finding out so much about myself. I already had a good head start from being on the show. It just feels incredibly amazing. When I told Gloria that I genuinely do not like her, it felt like a relief, and I'm glad I finally said it. And I think I got a little bit of respect for some of these ladies now, and maybe even Dr. Phill.
You're gaining strength. So
I'm
that
gaining
you can
strength.
talk your truth.
It's true. It's true, and that's what I'm getting at Creative Care. Is I'm learning how to have strength and not just cower down and run and hide and, check out.
Tell it like it is at Creative Care. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's our new mantra, right?
Yeah. Yeah.